You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's going on, NASCAR Diecast Collectors and Diecast Reviewers on YouTube? This is Original Big right here, and welcome back to another NASCAR Authentics Diecast review on my YouTube series. And today, guys, I got ourselves a really cool diecast that a lot of people have highly highly requested me of getting this car, and let's just say I finally got it in my hands, guys, and today is going to be a special diecast review on a NASCAR Authentics exclusive diecast, and it is none other than Coleslaw himself, Cole Custer, in his 2017 Haas Automation CNC Ford Mustang for the NASCAR Xfinity Series and their Stewart-Haas racing program for the Xfinity Series. So this is a cool car that I recently picked up at Walmart, and you see right there, this is a one-of-a-kind diecast that you can only get at NASCAR Authentics. It is an exclusive, so I'm always looking forward for these diecasts, so this should be a very fun review. And you see right there, there's a diecast himself, and the packaging, of course, nice and red, like the Haas colors, like we all know and love. Similar to the Kurt Busch car, but I'll be touching that very shortly. And there's the traditional collect them all, you see right there. Majority of these diecasts I do have, but I do plan on reviewing a good majority of all these other cars very soon, so stay tuned for that, guys. I'm sure you guys are going to be looking forward to it. But without further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and unbox this bad boy, and we're going to take a closer look at the Cole Custer 2017 diecast. Man, oh man, this is going to be such a quiet review, man. Just look at this car. We got this car out of its box. Just looks fantastic. But before we go ahead and touch on this Coleslaw car, guys, we'll be going ahead and look at the magnet that comes with this. And it is very similar to what I talked about in the Dale Jr. Exalta car from this wave, which was wave 6. But it's the same magnet that we got right there. You got that nice dark black outline. I'm kind of used to it by now, but I wish it was more in detail because it is a little hard to display. But it's pretty cool right there because, after all, Lionel is a diecast company, so that's cool that they make diecast rendered magnets. But you know, I mean, it's just a magnet, so we'll just put that right there, and it's going to show off to the side. But back to the diecast, guys. Man, oh man, what I gotta say about this car? Well, first of all, if you guys are a Cole Custer fan, I would recommend getting this car because this is the only way you can get this car, because it was originally offered in the boxes for the Gold Series. But however, though, it was canceled, I think, in both scales, which I think all the other Cole Custer cars for this year was canceled. I think it's Throwback car as well, and the Code 3 Associates car, and the Haas car. So has not been a good year for Cole Custer so far. But you can clearly tell this is a NASCAR Authentics diecast because of the white interiors and, of course, the no name banners. So that is something you're missing out. I still don't know why Lionel does not have that. I mean, that's my only nitpick about this car. Plus, there were some chips on this car, or there was some little blemishes with the paint, but I was able to remove them. But just to be on a fair warning, you will get some blemishes on this car. I had some right here by the front and by above the A and B and C posts. So yeah, right there. I mean, but nothing too crazy though. But yeah, Cole Custer and Stewart-Haas Racing are both making their debuts in the Xfinity Series for this year, which is really nice. You can see right there, he is a rookie. You got the Sunoco Rookie of the Year logo. That's something very similar to the MAF TIFF car that I reviewed. But also, yeah, Stewart-Haas Racing has also made their debuts in the Xfinity Series as well, which is really cool because for NASCAR Authentics, they got smart with this, and they actually have both Stewart-Haas Racing cars for this year. So there's a little side-by-side comparison. Of course, you know, these cars, you know, one's driven by a Cup regular and the other one's driven by Xfinity regular. But these diecasts these two look very well together. So props to Lionel Racing for giving us both Stewart-Haas Racing cars for this year for the Xfinity Series in their debuts, which both these cars were canceled. So that was really cool to decide to bring this. Hoping, you know, Lionel could do this again. But that's mostly what I got to say about that right there. But yeah, if you guys do have the Hunt Brothers car, I would highly recommend getting this car. But for any Cole Custer fans out there, I mean, he is the son of, I think, Joe Custer, if I'm not mistaken. I know he is an employee at Stewart-Haas Racing. So, you know, some great ties with the Haas organization. I mean, they are pretty famous in the motorsports group, not only in NASCAR, but also in Formula 1. But, yeah, Cole Custer has risen up through the ranks, and now he's finally in the Xfinity Series, especially after having had, I mean, he's mostly famous for, you know, him and John Nemechek at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park race and from last year, which, you know, I think Cole Custer gained a lot of fans from that because he was a classy guy, and John Nemechek, you know, was not really the good guy in that. But that was a really cool finish, and it really got Cole Custer's fans going. But, you know, I can't say he hasn't really been doing that well in the Xfinity Series, but it is his debut, though. I mean, in the Truck Series, he was really on a hot streak, especially when he won in New Hampshire in, what, like 2013 or 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's also really cool. I'm glad they brought back the 00 because I know this is a different car I'm talking about, but I'm getting some strong David Rudiman vibes looking at that 00. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's probably the white numbers that's really giving me some throwbacks, but man, I'm really having a flashback to David Rudiman when he's driving the Aaron's car and the Burger King car. Man, those are the days. But Cole Custer looks like he has that number, and who knows, maybe he will bring this number into the Cup Series when he is ready. But yeah, back to his Xfinity Series, debut series. We mostly seen him in the wall, and he's been, you know, wrecking a lot, but I don't know. I mean, I think we're gonna, you know, Cole Custer, you know, he seems like a classic guy, and he's very shy. But man, this guy could race, though. I mean, if you see him in the K&N Series and also in the Camping World Truck Series, this kid could definitely race. So it's only going to be a matter of time before we start seeing this guy up front. Who knows? Maybe he'll get a win during the playoffs. You know, he is actually in the playoffs, so good time to review this car along with the Matt Tiff car. But yeah, guys, this is really cool, and I decided to go ahead and do a diecast comparison of this car, which another Haas car that just came out this year, and it is the Daytona 500 winner, guys, Kurt Busch. So I thought this would be the best review that I can do for you guys. So we got both Stewart-Haas cars, actually both Haas cars for this year. If only Lionel could just do the Clint Bowyer car, because that car was on the PTC mold. So hopefully we're going to expect a Clint Bowyer Haas car in the not so distant future. But you can see right there, if we're looking at the hoods, sponsor-wise, it's mostly the same. I mean, the colors are mostly inverted. It's mostly white with red lettering and some red. And then, you know, for the Haas Cup car, it's mostly white numbers and white sponsors with a black back, black and red middle, and a black front. While this car, I mean, but both have simple paint schemes. I mean, you can clearly see, I mean, I don't really have to point out the details for you guys. I mean, that's why I mostly try doing my diecast reviews, but still really cool. You can see right there, you know, the sponsors are quite identical. Of course, you do have some other sponsors because the Xfinity Series is a little more different when it comes to sponsoring in the Cup Series. Plus, also Kevin Harvick and some other sponsors decided to join on board with that. Of course, big difference is the rookie stripes and also the molding as well. One's a Ford Fusion and one is a Ford Mustang. But like I said, sponsor-wise, very similar, and I think this car looks very well. It goes very well with both 41 car guys. So if you guys both have the Kurt Busch car and the Kevin Harvick car, I highly recommend getting this car, especially if the Clint Bowyer Haas car comes out, then that's perfect. I'm really liking Lionel's overloading us with these Haas cars, especially with this because it was a previously canceled diecast. But hopefully Cole Custer, sorry, that's a little nickname I decided to give for you guys. Hopefully you guys aren't munching on coleslaw when you are watching this review. Otherwise, what a weird coincidence. But one more thing I gotta say about the Cole Custer car, guys. I mean, if you're a fan of him, this is a recommend because this is the only way you can get this diecast, because like I previously mentioned, it was originally was not produced and it was canceled by Lionel Racing. So good luck finding this car. It's going to be a little more I think it's going to be a little more common to find than the Kevin Harvick Hunt Brothers car, but it's still going to you know, swipe off the shelves like crazy because everybody's going to want this car because it's an exclusive, and I really appreciate Lionel for doing that. For everybody, for the NASCAR Authentics dealers, and also for the retailers as well. But anyways, guys, this has been a NASCAR Authentics diecast review on Cole Custer's 2017 Haas CNC Automation Ford Mustang for the NASCAR Xfinity Series of Stewart-Haas Racing. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a good comment, like. If you guys haven't already, I highly encourage you guys to subscribe to my channel for any more of the latest NASCAR Authentics diecast reviews and many more NASCAR Authentics reviews to come. But until then, guys, this is Rich Big Bri. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next NASCAR Authentics diecast review.